It's a crisp Canberra morning. Cameras flash, journalists jostle for the best angle. Behind velvet ropes, Australia's Prime Minister and Japan's Prime Minister approach the signing table, flanked by national flags. The chatter in the press gallery dies down as the leaders lift their pens. A hush falls, a moment of history about to be made. The air is electric with anticipation. ABC News banners flash across TV screens. Australia and Japan seal major economic defense deals. Reporters speak in urgent tones, underscoring the significance of this event. The future of the Asia-Pacific region, it seems, is being written in ink on these documents. As the signatures are signed, a ripple of applause breaks out. Handshakes are exchanged, smiles are wide. This isn't just another diplomatic photo op, it's a turning point, a signal to the world that Australia and Japan are stepping closer together, ready to face new challenges as one. The Prime Minister stands side by side, their signatures still fresh. The cameras click on, capturing an alliance that could shape the region for years to come. The room fills with excitement as the leaders face the press. Microphones catch every word as Australia's Prime Minister announces, "Today, we embark on a new chapter with Japan, deepening our economic ties and strengthening our defense cooperation." His words are steady, but the message is bold. Japan's Prime Minister echoes the sentiment. "Our friendship with Australia is more important than ever. These agreements will bring prosperity and security for both our nations." The translation is almost unnecessary. The unity between the two leaders is clear in their expressions and gestures. Journalists scribble in notepads, eager to share the news with audiences back home. TV anchors summarize a landmark economic agreement, a robust defense pact, and promises of mutual growth. The world watches Canberra, knowing that these deals could change the landscape of the Asia-Pacific. As questions fly from the media, the leaders stress partnership, trust, and a mutual vision. The announcements are not just about numbers or military hardware, they are about people, communities, and a safer, more connected region. Why are these agreements happening at this moment? The world is changing quickly. Tensions in the Asia-Pacific are rising. Trade routes are more important than ever. Countries want to keep their economies strong and their people safe. Australia and Japan have both felt the pressure. In recent years, both nations have faced new security challenges. There are concerns about cyber attacks, regional disputes over islands and shipping lanes, and the growing military presence of other powers. The global supply chain is fragile. Disruptions in one country can ripple across the world. Australia and Japan are long-standing friends, but today, the need for deeper cooperation is urgent. They both want stability and peace in the region. The agreements signed in Canberra are a direct response to these changing times. They show a resolve to work together, no matter what happens. The timing is not a coincidence. Both countries understand that their future security and prosperity depend on strong, reliable partners. Today's deals are about making sure they have each other's backs in a rapidly evolving world. So, what exactly have Australia and Japan agreed on? The first part of the deal is economic. The two nations will boost trade in key areas like agriculture, minerals, and technology. Australian beef, wine, and lithium will reach more Japanese shelves. Japanese cars, electronics, and machinery will flow more easily into Australia. The investment section is just as important. Both countries have agreed to make it easier for businesses to invest in each other. This means more jobs for Australians and Japanese, and more capital for growing industries. There are also plans to encourage partnerships in renewable energy and advanced manufacturing. The defense agreement is a milestone. It includes sharing intelligence, joint military exercises, and faster response times to emergencies. Australia and Japan will train together, share technology, and even coordinate in disaster relief. This new level of cooperation makes both countries safer. In simple terms, these agreements mean more trade, more jobs, and stronger security. It's about working together on every front, from the farm to the factory, from the classroom to the command center. The benefits of these agreements are already becoming clear. For Australia, access to Japan's huge market means, well, more demand for its exports. This supports rural communities and creates new jobs in cities and towns. Australian workers in mining, farming, and tech industries will see new opportunities. For Japan, Australia's resources and clean energy projects offer a reliable supply of essentials. Japanese companies can invest in Australian projects with less red tape. This helps Japan keep its factories running and its economy growing, even as global markets shift. defense cooperation also brings direct benefits. Australian and Japanese troops will learn from each other, building trust and skill. Joint training exercises prepare them for any challenge, whether it's a natural disaster, a cyber attack, or a threat on the high seas. Most importantly, these agreements create a sense of security and optimism. Business leaders, workers, and families in both countries now look to the future with more confidence. The partnership is not just about governments, it's about real people and real progress. In the hours after the signing, the impact is already visible. At Parliament House, the prime ministers are still fielding questions, but outside, business leaders gather in small groups, shaking hands and swapping business cards. There's a sense of excitement in the air. Across Australia, workers in factories and farms talk about new export deals. In Tokyo, students in language classes watch the news and smile, knowing that more study exchanges are coming. Australian universities prepare for new Japanese students, while Japanese tech firms scout for talent in Sydney and Melbourne. In boardrooms, CEOs discuss joint ventures. Renewable energy companies in both countries begin planning projects together. Everyday people, truck drivers, teachers, engineers, feel the change too. They read about the deals in newspapers and see it as a sign of hope and stability. These scenes show that big agreements can lead to small personal changes. The handshake in Canberra is echoed in every classroom, office, and factory that will benefit from this new partnership. One of the biggest impacts of these agreements is on security. The Asia-Pacific is a region full of opportunity, but also some risk. With these deals, Australia and Japan are sending a clear message. They stand together for peace and stability. Joint military exercises will mean that both nations' forces can work side by side. If there is a natural disaster, their troops will be ready to help. If a threat appears in the region, whether from cyber attacks or disputes at sea, Australia and Japan will respond together faster and stronger. This partnership is also about sharing intelligence and technology. By working together, both countries can spot threats early and act quickly. It's not just about military might, it's about building trust and making the region safer for everyone. Other countries are watching closely. These agreements could encourage more Asia-Pacific nations to work together. In a world where alliances matter, Australia and Japan are leading the way, showing that cooperation is the best path to security. Looking forward, the possibilities are exciting. The agreements open new doors for innovation. Scientists in both countries will collaborate on clean energy and advanced technology. Students will travel, learn, and bring fresh ideas home. Entrepreneurs will launch new ventures, supported by the confidence that comes from strong international ties. The renewable energy sector stands to gain the most. Australia's solar and wind resources can help Japan meet its energy needs. In return, Japanese investment in technology will help Australia develop smarter, greener cities. These projects will not only provide jobs, but also help fight climate change. Defense ties will also evolve. New joint training programs are already being discussed. These will deepen trust and understanding, making both nations even better prepared for future challenges. The partnership could also grow to include more countries, spreading peace and prosperity across the region. This is not the end, but the beginning. The agreements signed in Canberra mark the start of a new era. With each year, the two countries will find new ways to work together, building a future that is brighter for both. As the sun sets over Canberra, the weight of the day's events settles in. The signatures on the agreements are more than just ink on paper, they are a promise. Australia and Japan have chosen unity over division, partnership over isolation. This new chapter holds great promise for workers, students, and businesses. It means more opportunities, stronger security, and a better life for millions. The handshake between leaders is a symbol of what can be achieved when countries choose to cooperate. The world is watching. If these two nations can come together, others can follow. Peace and prosperity in the Asia-Pacific are not just possible, they are within reach. The decisions made in Canberra today could echo for generations. In the end, these agreements are about hope. Hope for a safer world, for growing economies, and for friendships that stand the test of time. Australia and Japan have taken a bold step. The future together looks bright.